Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. We are in this game once again, and I will give you a brief update regarding my Wii U. Of course, I give these updates so that you can have a better idea as to when I will record 3 Ultimate next. I do have a tri-wing screwdriver on the way, so that's, well, I say it's on the way, but it's probably going to take another 2 weeks to get here. Or maybe a week, but either way, it's going to be a little bit of time until I can open my Wii U and actually clean the inside of it. At which point I will reconnect it up and play some 3 Ultimate for you at the earliest possible time, given those circumstances. I returned from a holiday, trimmed my hair a little bit, just, you know, took the ends off. Might not have noticed that it was shorter. I notice it every time I touch it, it's like, whoa! You know how it's almost like phantom hair, you know. You expect your hand to grab something here and it's not there and you feel like your hair's so short. Yeah, hair things, ignore me. Connect the controller please, thank you. Thought it was going to pull one of those things where it doesn't want to connect unless I actually physically connect the controller. My laptop is being very slow at the moment in starting up, which is not helpful because I cannot read the chat until my laptop decides to actually, you know, start up. Lighting is somewhat temperamental at the moment. I am going based on limited outdoor lighting, but it should be okay at the moment. Probably. As far as what I'm going to hunt, I don't know. I never know, do I? That's the beauty of this series. I don't know if Vernon's going to be joining me today. That does sometimes dictate what I'll be doing in the video, because then I'm more incentivized than ever to just stay in one single turns room, just to make sure that he doesn't have to follow me around, and possibly fail getting into the room that I'm in. You know, it's just quicker and cleaner. But if he's not around at the moment, which is possible because I am streaming about an hour or 2 earlier than usual, then we'll just, you know, hop around rooms, I suppose, which is entertaining in and of itself because I can read all the stupid room names. Kapusi. Now, I don't know if this is something in Spanish or if it's just literally Kapusi. Like, instead of kaput, it's Kapusi? Well, I doubt that's what it is, but you know. There's nothing wrong with putting forth theories as to what the hell some of these things mean. This person's screaming at me to hunt Fatalis. Q plus S. No idea. Turnos. Well, G-turn HR 70 plus, that's very specific. 70 plus. What is my laptop doing? It just did a fade to black that I've never seen before. If you know anything about my laptop, it really kind of sucks. Oh, sorry, you know. G-turn 70 plus, that strikes me as odd that it would be 70 plus specifically. Oh, don't give me this shit, it's Windows 7, actually. It's doing that just a moment thing, where it's going to tell me about the new features of Windows... Sorry, Windows 10, did I say Windows 7? Yeah. It's telling me about the new features of Windows 10. All of which kind of suck, you know. Microsoft is very much like YouTube. They seem to be content to just further break the functionality of Windows as more and more time passes. It's really good. Remind me later, which is code for don't fucking talk to me. I don't know if you can hear the birds outside, they're fucking loud. Okay, the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not really the moment of truth, rather the moment you've all been waiting for, which is me getting my fucking chat up. I don't ask for these kinds of delays, they just happen. And there's not much I can do about it, because my laptop really sucks. There will come a time when I get a laptop that doesn't really suck. Indeed, I had a decent laptop in the past, and then I got a, you know, temporary one just to read chats, basically. And yeah, it really can't do much more than read chats, I have to be honest, so it's a little sad. Okay, loading up the YouTube channel. Oh, goodness me. For those of you talking in the chat, I do not ignore you intentionally. Let me say that. Alright, chat is now up. What is being said? Takes forever to load. Well, I don't know. Well, let me check. Oh, nothing's being said. Well, that's good, that's good. Not literally, I do like it when you guys talk to me, it helps, actually, but, it's good in the sense that I haven't been ignoring anyone the whole time. So there you go. Acacia. Sorry, I'm clearly not Spanish, in case you didn't notice. Elatrion armor, specifically. Well, there's nothing wrong with being told what the host's objective is. Yeah, the lighting's fine. I mean, it's dark, but it's not bad or anything like that. Nesset farm. That's interesting. 2 rooms that have actually outlined the objective of the host. That's not common. And in one, I guess, filtering of quests, I find 2 that are like that. Very odd. Dragon Elder. What? Why Dragon Elder? Maybe in their language it's Dragon Elder as opposed to Elder Dragon. Makes sense. You know, giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's probably not dumb. He's probably not dumb. Turns. Why are you screaming about having a turns room? You're huntering 826. Okay, well, aside from his screaming, this appears to be a good room, so we will join it. I'm debating whether or not to have a spot of brandy. I suppose I could, but probably not much more than a spot. But of course it will become more than a spot. Oh, Bolt Reaver G5, you've got to be having a laugh. Do you really think I have time for that? Why don't you just make a room called Bolt Reaver G5, and then people will join? It's very simple, because there is a lot of, use your words, Doomlink. There's a lot of demand for high-level Deviant quests, not specifically from people who want to actually get the materials from the Deviant monsters themselves, but rather from people who just want a difficult hunt. Namely those huntering, 700 and above, maybe 800 and above. It's very common that you'll get huntering 999s in G5 and EX rooms for Deviants, so, why sit in a fucking turns room? It's really stupid to me. Turns EX. How sickening. Do excuse me. Hellblade G1. Deviants no EX. Hellblade G1 times 4. Well, there you go. Raging Bracky. This could be interesting. I haven't done Raging in a little while, so this might be fun. A spot of brandy. Okay. Hector, Hisako, Chewbacca, and me. And that'll do. Hopefully for the whole recording. Just a bit of a light, something or other. Much to their disappointment, I'm not already, throwing myself into the quest. Although, Chewbacca doesn't seem to be in any great screaming rush. I'll tell you what, drinking brandy not long after brushing your teeth works, because brandy tastes like that anyway. Okay. Now, should I go Blade Master, because I usually go ranged with this guy? Let's go light water. Light bow gun water, that is to say. Is it ice or water as a weakness? I'm pretty sure last time I was here, fighting Raging Bracky, I was asking that question. And sadly I haven't committed the answer to memory. Who's talking? Shut up. If they're saying my name with a question mark, I'm gonna get pissed. So where is the... Here we go, Brachydium. Ice is the primary weakness. Someone's saying something in what I believe to be Spanish. I'm not going to try and repeat it for the benefit of my Spanish viewers who don't want to be cringing until the end of time. So, yeah, be glad. Be glad that I haven't subjected you to that. Brachydios Brute Squad. The funny thing is I didn't even check the board to make sure that it was Raging Bracky. As a lot of you know, you can join a room in this game, and it, of course, will say specifically on the room name that you're doing one monster in particular, and then you go to the board and it's not the monster that you were expecting. That happens all the time. But I guess I had faith in this room for some reason. Yeah, they're definitely Spanished. Spanished? They're definitely Spanish. Because they're going ha 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 with J's, which I find to be hilarious. Whoa, well, I don't think I have space for more guild cards. Oh no, I do. Do I really? Oh, it's getting brighter outside. That's always great, isn't it? If I become too illuminated, well, you're not going to let me know, but I'll try to keep track of it. I think I only have 10 pages available, so... oh, I've got another guild card. Well, I could send them my guild card, but they're readying up. I don't know if it's the same now as it was in the traditional games, but... in traditional Monster Hunter, you were not able to send a guild card to someone who was readied up. I say that I don't know if it's the same as traditional Monster Hunter, even though I've played so much of this game, because I really don't remember. Can you look at this guy? He's like following me to see what on earth I'm doing. Like, what on earth is taking me so long? I'm a gunner. Christ, I realise that we live in an era of Monster Hunter now, where you don't have to take long times to prepare as a gunner, because we have, you know, the convenience of item sets, but I'm such a staunch traditionalist that I'm still here, manually organising my inventory, and you know what, there isn't that much to do, because most of my ammunition for this gun is internal, so really I just wanted to get freeze level 1, which is right there, and yeah. And I've also got slicing 2. Let's start with slicing 2, why not? Did I have... oh, I do have demon shot. Well, tough titties, guys. You're not getting demon shot from me. I was a little bit too distracted by the other stuff I was doing. Alright, let's jump on down. Okay. So I'm going ranged because I just don't appreciate Blade Master, Raging Bracky. It's just not my thing, because he explodes all over the place, like his entire body just explodes endlessly. You can see that there is a bit of deviation on this gun. I believe it's left and right. Let me confirm that. I don't really need to confirm it, I can literally see there's left and right. If I've got a pair of eyes, I should be able to determine that. But I guess I'm just showing it for your benefit. So yeah, I'll just fire off all this slicing. And then move on to my elemental shots. I should have checked the actual elemental weak point of Raging Bracky. I don't want to be shooting whatever I, guess to be the weak point. Because that would be stupid. Ooh. That's annoying. I do have the monster list, by the way. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, elemental weak points are the horn. Wow, so the horn is the weak point. I'm going to aim for the horn. Well, I guess I'll get the face here. So the horn is where you really want to aim for elemental damage. And the head in general is also pretty good, so... It makes sense, though. It makes sense that the horn would be the weak point, because you can see it's this big... well, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a very mucusy sort of appendage. Well, appendage isn't quite right, is it? You wouldn't call a horn an appendage. But you know what I mean. Protrusion, I suppose, would be the word. Okay. I can see what you're doing, mister. You see, if I were to reload in that moment, he might take the opportunity to hit me square in the face, and we don't want that now, do we? I don't quite think so. Left and right deviation at a mild level doesn't really affect my gameplay, to be completely honest. It would. The only time mild deviation will affect what I'm doing with the gun is if I'm using normal shots, and even then it wouldn't be too terrible. It's not so incredibly off-target if you're in correct critical distance that it would make you super inaccurate, but severe deviation, on the other hand, is a little bit of a different story. That I don't settle for. I do not suffer severe deviation. It just doesn't happen. So, yeah, I will... Whoa! That is a weird jump. Did you just see that? Absolutely zero telegraphing of that attack. But yeah. What was I saying? I was saying that mild deviation is okay. Of course, if I had to choose between having it and not having it, I would choose to not have it. But it doesn't, it's not entirely, you know, it doesn't have much bearing on my gameplay. I don't think that explosion, or that series of explosions that Raging Brachy summons, is any wider than the regular Brachydios explosions in that instance. So, yeah, I don't really have to worry too much about that. Also, freeze level 2, to my understanding, this is more of a theory than anything else, but I think the level 2 element does have better range. I have mentioned that before, but I'm mentioning it again because I deem it to be relevant to the current situation. Just trying to get in position for the horn. Go. Sort of aiming just above. Oh, I shouldn't have reloaded that. That was totally unnecessary. But yeah, just shooting a little bit above. If you're really close to something, it's better to aim slightly below. That is especially the case for crouch fire. I don't know why, but I've found that crouch firing, it's better to aim just below the crosshair to get on target. The thing about Raging Brachy is that he does actually lull you into a false sense of security, because he moves rather slowly and deliberately, and it seems like a bit of a dance, and then all of a sudden he'll go, he'll just suddenly punch you in the face. It happens very suddenly, and it can be your death. It's just how it is, and then he might even combo you in that. He's that kind of monster. He's the kind of monster that seems easy, and then you grow complacent, and then he punishes you. I remember him being a little bit harder in 4 Ultimate, but maybe that's just because of how I was playing back then. I've got no idea. I don't think I'm a better hunter now than I was when 4 Ultimate came out. I might be, but yeah, it just gave me a little bit more trouble there. I would have been able to clear that anyway, but the geyser made it so that even if I were to take the hit, I was just going to get pushed by the geyser, which is good, because of course the geyser doesn't actually deal much damage to me. Haven't been using bullet geyser, by the way. I was talking about the fire geyser in the environment, of course. But also referring to geysers, I haven't used bullet geyser because I haven't felt the need to. I haven't felt threatened during this fight, which kind of prompted that topic of discussion about how this guy lulls you into a false sense of security. So, yeah. And you can see he covers so much distance in such a short amount of time, you know, he sort of lumbers around the place, and then he'll just suddenly take a few quick steps and be extremely far away. Which means that as a ranged player, you do have to be on your toes. You have to be paying attention to what is going on with the monster, because he can close the distance between himself and you very quickly if he chooses to attack you. And sometimes he just goes for a quick punch, and if he does that, it's bad news. Because that's gonna hurt. I don't think he can one-shot me at this stage. I would be surprised if he could. Because I think I've got decent defense. Yeah, 577, no way he's gonna one-shot me. It's gonna hurt if he hits me, but I won't be getting one-shot. The only way that would happen is if I were blasted, and I guess it's possible. I don't know if this guy really applies blast. I feel like his slime, rather than oozing off him and being applied to the hunter as something of a status ailment, it's more... it rather explodes on him, and that's the risk of slime in the case of Raging Brachy. Alrighty. Again, that's just a theory. I mean, maybe if something explodes on him close by, you do get slimed, but or blasted. You can't really say slimed in this game. It's funny because even in 3 Ultimate, they did have a similar symbol to blast to indicate that you've been hit by slime. It was a bomb, but a green bomb, and it might have had a skull face on it or something to suggest that it was dangerous. You know, if a bomb wasn't going to sufficiently denote danger all on its own. Well, it's not good. Well, I would have liked to have actually hit the monster with that, but I don't know. You never know, maybe lag compensation dealt the damage on the final explosion. It's possible. You can never know these things sometimes. But one thing I have to say is that it is just brilliant that this is a team of people that are all, as far as I'm aware, European. And I've got a shitty Wi-Fi connection to my Switch in Australia, which is quite geographically distant from Europe, as you should be aware. And the hunt is going very smoothly. I don't know if I can chalk that up to the netcode or what, but that's one of the big things about modern Monster Hunter games versus the ad hoc based ones. And I do play a lot of the ad hoc based ones these days. Much, much smoother play. It's very, very good. Hello, A-Gaming. So yeah, it's just refreshing to be able to play with people pretty much anywhere in the world and get a smooth hunt. Occasionally I will play with people who give me a shit host. It's not even... Oh, that's about half, isn't it? Yeah, it's about half. I just noticed that the blast indicator does also have a skull on it. No traps can be dropped here, of course, for this exhaustion. Not because Raging Bracky is specifically resistant to traps, it's because he appears in a location where traps cannot be placed. So it's the same thing with the Cantor and the Carnlo, so you can never really drop a trap and then observe that they are resistant to them. They're just never in an arena or in a location where a trap can be placed. But it would be quite ironic and... well, not ironic, it would be entertaining to see someone try to, say, pitfall trap into Carnlos. But, yeah. Just have to make an extra big one. One thing that I always thought would be a good idea is if they had, sort of like how you have ballista ammo for certain confrontations in certain locations, if you could have other special items as well, such as like a giant trap for a big, not necessarily for an Elder Dragon, but again a hunt like Ukanlos and a Cantor, where it's a big hunt, not an Elder Dragon, because it is the universal rule that Elder Dragons cannot be affected by traps. I guess they're too intelligent to be affected by a trap or whatever the hell. Maybe there is a specific reason in the lore as to why they are resistant, but let's, you know, let's consider it to be an intelligence factor. Not all monsters are Elder Dragons that are in locations that traps do not, where traps cannot be placed, so therefore I think having a special item where you can put down a really big pitfall trap for one of those monsters would be really interesting. So, that's the way I look at it. It would be an interesting addition to the series. And you know, just one for the whole team. We don't need everyone having a single giant pitfall trap. But maybe some people wouldn't like that, because not being able to trap these monsters is part of what makes them different. Part of what makes them a difficult fight, perhaps. But to me, I don't think trapping or not trapping really makes a huge difference. It can, it depends on how the team organises it. But I think a single pitfall trap would be more fun than, you know, making a significant impact on the speed at which you kill a monster. Hey Arexian, haven't seen you for a little while. Hunting is going well. Just finished a Raging Brachydios. I think this is a room specifically for Raging Brachy, so I'm going to make my way into a different room. But yeah, everything's going well so far. It's always refreshing when things go well in this game. Brew Hunters with Tyler. Brew Hunters. I guess he's, he either works in a brewery, or he likes his drink. And not even I would make a room called Brew Hunters. Anyway. Or maybe it's a reference to something else entirely. That's always possible. Arena coins, disgusting. and they're both using cats. I hope this is specifically because you need coins from a quest that requires cats to be used. If you use cats outside of that situation, then there's not much I can do for you. Like this person. Exactly like this person. Gamoth Farm, not interested in Gamoth. As you guys probably know, I've fought my fair share of Gamoth by now. Maybe you don't know, I've complained about it in the past. Crystalbeard? No, that's a high rank one. I don't want to do Crystalbeard 7. No way. And look how high the hunter ranks are. That thing would die so damn quickly. Turns. I'm assuming that, yeah. You have to be quick with the turns rooms, especially if there's only one slot left. Event White Fatalis. Oh dear. There was a time when I wanted to make the full Event White Fatalis armor set, because it's actually quite good for heavy bowgun. Quite good. But I think my current heavy bowgun set, it ended up being better than my previous heavy bowgun set. I should say heavy pierce, more specifically. This set ended up being better than my previous heavy pierce set, but I think my current one ends up being better than this one. Probably about equal. It's very nice if you can get a good skill on it. For the most part, you're just gemming out the negative, I think. I can't remember what the negative skill is, but it's very good. I think there's a mixed skill. It might be Fleet Feet with... I was about to say Stellar Hunter. That's the name of Honed Blade and Silver Bullet in... whatever it is. Freedom Unite. Although I don't think it was called... I don't think there was a bowgun equivalent. I don't think it worked that way. I think Stellar Hunter was just the Blade Master. Anyway, you never see people use Silver Bullet, do you? The only game that I ever saw people use Silver Bullet in, really, was 3 Ultimate. I didn't see it outside of that game. Silver Bullet. Hyper Gore Magala. I mean, maybe... No, Silver Bullet is on that set, isn't it? Yeah, so on that Event Fatalis set, it's Silver Bullet with Fleet Feet, I think. And maybe something else as well. Fleet Feet, from memory, is... Well, is that Evade Extender? Whatever has Evade Extender. I'm not going to get into it anymore. There's no point trying to recount the skills that it has when I have no memory to recount. Really. All I can say for sure is that it has Silver Bullet. Atalcar Farm. I can do an Atalcar. I'm not... Never mind. Again, Atalcar is in high demand. I need to be, you know, a little faster on that. Fatalis. Silverwind. Silverwind is not going to be happening. Okay, we'll do Fatalis. Was that a Hunter rank 80 that I saw? Just briefly, you know, briefly flashed on the screen, or at least briefly flashed in my eyes. I don't think I want to hunt Fatalis with a Hunter rank 80. Depends on his loadout. If he's got a good loadout, then sure. If he's clearly got a shit loadout, then I'm not going to do it. Michael! That's a reference. Okay, so what am I doing with myself? We want to check you here like that. Oh my god. Full nest set. At least he's not using the nest set charge blade. But he's not doing amazing damage, you know, he's raw only and he's sitting on 305. Which really would be good in conjunction with high element, but not as raw only. A fucking cat? Oh my god. You guys have definitely lost a player. Anyway. I'm just not interested. Just not interested. Crimson Fatalis, we could do Crimson. I could go Blade Master, you know. I never go Blade Master with Fatalis these days. That could be some fun. I wonder what I'd like to use. Just confirming that it's Crimson. Yes. You can tell that it's Crimson because it's in the Ingle Isle. But I'm just wondering what would be fun to use. I mean, I could just use Longsword. I was talking about that in the previous video, that I don't find myself using Longsword these days. But I feel like Greatsword would be a little better for Fatalis. But I use Greatsword so often, don't I? Are we going with a dragon weapon? Unless they've changed the weaknesses for... Well, keeping in mind the weaknesses in the past were in fact fire and dragon. Yes, fire for Crimson Fatalis. Hello friends. He did a shout, which is hello friends. Yeah, hi. I guess I'm multiple people. That's great. I don't know if I should go longsword. Let's do it. And I'm just going to assume that the primary weakness is dragon. Oh yeah, it's dragon and ice. They fixed it. In the old games it was dragon and fire, which was bizarre. So your primary is dragon, secondary ice, and your tertiary is water. And I wouldn't really recommend water, because it really doesn't do that much damage. So we're going ahead with the Fatalis Sickle. It's been a little while, actually. It's been a little while. Of course, the Fatalis Sickle is the original design of the Fatalis Longsword from the old days. And it's a pretty simple design. It's one of those weapons that was reimagined with the 3rd generation Elder Dragon. That is Elatrion. The Dark Claw had a more modern look to this, sort of a scythe weapon. Katakuri. Yeah. Full bloodbath with Serra Sediment. That was some beautiful damage right there. He's changed to Tourbillon Gear, which is giving him very good damage. It's very nice. I don't know what Composed does. Hello, friends. Yeah, Composed, I don't know what that actually does, but unfortunately, Bitter Affinity is not going to work on that weapon because it clearly doesn't have negative affinity, but that's fine. He's using Bloodbath, he's got 900 defense. He's doing very well for himself. He's Hunt rank 106, and all of his lowdowns so far have been not meta, but definitely end game, like comfortably end game, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing here. He's got evasion +2, attack up large, and whatever the hell Composed does. Yannick. Look at this. Fresh out of Hunter rank 12, and he's already got a Neset Daora Piercer. For fuck's sake. Well, just don't forget to enjoy the game. Instead of just, you know, piercing everything to death. This is exactly why I don't consider people of this era to be bowgunners. It's because they don't gravitate towards the fact that it's a gun. They gravitate towards the fact that it just kills everything so easily for what has become minimal effort by way of valor. Because you can just run around with a fucking heavy bowgun. Sorry, but you're not a bowgunner if you use bowgun under those circumstances, but not in the Monster Hunter games that preceded this one. If you know what I mean. I'm not being an elitist, it's just the truth. Sorry. You know, if you need a certain amount of... I guess if you need the barrier to entry to be completely destroyed with a massive metal wrecking ball, then you're probably not actually a bowgunner. But anyway, I'm not going to rant about that. You know that I could, but I won't. Because it's just one of those things that not everyone will appreciate hearing from me. Because they don't want to hear it. It's like, oh, what do you mean? Who cares whether you're really a bowgunner or not really a bowgunner? That's irrelevant, Doomlink. Well, it is relevant when previously being a bowgunner was actually something... well, I wouldn't go so far as to say special, but it was significant, it was profound. You're a bowgunner. Now it's like, not really. Hello, Ethan. Oh, I forgot to eat. Of all the quests to forget to eat for, it would be Crimson Fatalis, wouldn't it? Always prefer Greatsword? Yeah, fair enough. Alrighty. So, would have been nice to eat for Moxie or for Defender High or something like that. I could have sworn that I ate for Defender High and Insurance. Don't you guys remember that? Or, no, that must have been for Raging Bracky. Well, I'm pretty fucking unimpressed either way. They might have had Demon Shot up there. Or perhaps not. Alrighty, Longsword on Crimson Fatalis. It's been a little while. Get out of the way of that snap and drag. If you don't know what he's doing, hang back and watch. Looks like we've got a tail swing, so let's get on this side of him. Get ready to move in. Wow, look at the arc of that. The area of effect. I mean, that's incredible. I was actually rolling at the best possible angle to clear that, and I still couldn't clear it. I do love Fatalis. I love his design. I've talked about it before, specifically in my... what I believe to be my most recent 4 Ultimate recording, where I was fighting Black Fatalis. The way that they, I suppose, evolved Fatalis from 1st and 2nd generation into 4th was really impressive because they achieved the same thing. It was sort of a slow-moving, nondescript, long-necked dragon-looking thing that just seems to do things and kill you. He still does that. The way that this is communicated, actually, it instills fear in you. There's a certain intimidation factor that is present. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I thought I was going to get hit by that final fucking fireball. Of course, the falling fireballs are the thing that makes Crimson Fatalis a lot of people's least favourite Fatalis. In the traditional games, most people's least favourite Fatalis was White Fatalis, not because he was the strongest, but because he would waste your time with his Thunder attack. The attack that still exists today, but is over and done with much faster. In 2nd generation, he'd just fucking fly around for a little while. He'd go off somewhere that you couldn't hit him, and he'd just fucking fly around for ages. Sometimes shooting fireballs from a distance that are never going to hit you. Well, I guess lightning balls, technically. You know, lightning balls that'll never hit you because they're so off target, and also occasionally doing that rain down attack with the lightning. It was just fucking pathetic. It was a massive time wasting exercise to fight White Fatalis, and unfortunately there are a lot of uses to White Fatalis weapons and armor in those games, so you know, that's part of what you just have to deal with when you're playing a game like Freedom Unite, for example. If you're in end game, expect to find a bit of White Fatalis. I happen to use the Stellar Hunter White Fatalis set as well for general Blade Master use when I don't need high-grade hit points, so, or raw resistance in general. What you do? Oh my god. I don't know what... I completely misread what he was doing there. But that's a good example of why Crimson Fatalis is not to be fucked around with, or any Fatalis for that matter. Like, all he really did... Was that 2 deaths? I don't know if that was 2 deaths, or if he used a Farcaster. Well, I don't feel too good about dying there, I will admit, but... that's alright. The reason why I died was because I didn't eat, and therefore I was not able to get Defender High. I would have eaten for Defender High for this quest, just to ensure that I could take the hit. Whatever. So we just have to be extra careful with Crimson. We do have a Pierce Gunner here, well I think 2 Pierce Gunners. Yeah, 2 Pierce Gunners, so it's not going to take too long to get this done. It'll take about 10 minutes, most likely. Which is, you know, what you'd want with Crimson. I should be doing Unhinged Spirit, shouldn't I? But I don't want to use it just yet. I'll wait until I get my charge up a little bit more. Ooh, no, I'm not going to do the full combo when he's doing that. Just in case he goes into a snap and drag, you know. Get our white up. Alright, so I think I'm okay to attack him from this angle. I should be alright. If I'm not... yeah. So it's mostly in front of him. Oh, no! They almost proved me wrong as soon as I said that. Just Fate Slash out of there, I'm not risking it. That's the most fun Fatalis fight? Well, I've got no... I cannot speak to that, Potato, because I've got no... Oh, critical juncture. I have got no idea if they succeed in communicating the way Fatalis should be. They might have just completely changed the fight and failed to, you know, give him this lumbering dragon who seems very slow and methodical, but still, despite being rather nondescript in design and even in attack movements, manages to kill you with ease. I don't know if they've meant... You've got to be fucking kidding me! Justice abandoned the quest. Okay, I'll abandon as well. That's fine. Fuck me. Yeah, that's why Justice abandoned, you know. I couldn't even... It's a vicious cycle because you die the first time. This is one of those quests where you really do need to eat, right? Had I eaten for Defender High, I wouldn't have taken, you know, one hit to die. I don't care how good you are at the game, if you're getting one shot, you will die. It's just how it is. So, it was my mistake for not eating. And, yeah. That's how it is. Very fucking annoying. I will move on from this room because it is Crimson Fatalis. Still feels like Fatalis, but he's a bit faster and he has new moves. Well, that's the problem. A bit faster. Of course they'd make him a bit faster. You don't want to make him a bit faster. He's supposed to be slow-moving and deliberate. That's the beauty of him. That's how you establish that particular type of intimidation factor, is through a slow-moving, deliberate monster. But, that's alright. If I ever do fight him, which is never, I will, you know, I'll let you know how I feel. My guess is that it's not going to feel like proper Fatalis. King's Amtriot? What the fuck is that? King's Amtriot? Are you trying to say you're getting a gold crown large? Maybe. Don't know why you'd be doing crown hunting at hunter rank 120 though, so maybe you just gave it a random room name. I'm pretty disappointed about that failed quest of Crimson Fatalis, particularly because I contributed to 2 out of the 3 deaths. But that was my slip of the mind. It is what it is. Voracious King. Oh, Arena Coins is still up. We've got 3 people now. It's going to be a problem for them. Well, a problem for the 3rd hunter anyway. Frost Gammoth G2. Hyper Seregios. Yeah, let's do it. Haven't done Seregios recently. At least I don't think so. When would I have last done Seregios? I don't think it would have been on camera. So I think it's been ages since I last fought him on camera. Well, what should we use? What would be fun? Maybe Hunting Horn. Let's do Hunting Horn. Just for something a little different. Unfortunately, I will have my fucking Zenoga weapon design again. I've got something against the Zenoga weapon designs, as my previous recording would indicate. If you saw that part of the recording anyway, which you didn't, but that's okay. But yeah, it's one of those things. It just doesn't really look good for an endgame weapon. It always feels like something that should upgrade into a more attractive looking weapon. Never does, though. What are we hunting again? Hyper Seregios. Let's go for Defender High. Where's that Skyward Sword stream? They're my favourite of your current recordings, well. I'm so glad. I'm waiting for 4 people because I'm going Hunting Horn. I'm not going to use a Hunting Horn for 3 people on a Hyper Monster. Oh, it's getting bright outside. All of a sudden. But yeah, Skyward Sword will come either tomorrow or the day after, most likely. Not that I'm looking forward to it. If Thomas is like, go, I'm gonna lose my mind. Let me make it very clear that it wouldn't be a big deal to 3-man this monster. Although Derek is using water. Or Dirk, so... Oh, Flaming Pear. Oh, that's the Lao Shanlung. That's interesting, because the Lao Shanlung dual blades actually look really similar to the... at least from afar, to the Deviant Mizutsune, Solseer. You compare Solseer dual blades to the Flaming Pear, the Lao dual blades. Very similar. Alright, catch you later, Potato. If we really can't get a 4th player, I will change weapons. They're probably going to think I'm leaving if I cancel my, I guess, joining of the quest. But, no, I will not be leaving. I would just be changing to a more suitable weapon type for 3-manning, which I think I'm going to do right now. What should I use then? No, I was considering doing Gunlance, and then I realized that that's just not going to be... It's not going to be mobile enough. No fucking way. Man, no fucking way, Potato. Or we could go bow. Good idea. Spread, I think. I cannot remember if we want load up. Sorry, guys, seriously. Orca set. No, that's rapid, probably. Or heavy or something. What is my thunder bow? No, that's my rapid bow. No, that's my heavy bow. This is one problem with bow. I don't know what my fucking... it's Orca Sagittus, isn't it? It's load up Orca Sagittus for Thunder Spread. So many choices. So many variations. It is this, isn't it? No, it's Piers, son of a dick. Well, what's my fucking... Oh, it's Max Volt Sender. Max Volt Sender, there we go. Wait a sec for me, says Dirk. You have something else to change to? Begs the question as to why you were using the fucking Lao dual blades. I'm kind of unimpressed by Lao dual blades. I mean, maybe Seregios takes a bit of damage from that. From Dragon. I don't think so, but he might. Seregios. Oh, where is he on the list? Fucking hell. There he is. No. He takes the least amount of dragon out of all elements. Well. Sorry, guy. What have we got? Power level 2 and both elemental coatings. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Sorry, Thomas, for keeping you waiting. This is going to be a fun hunt. Kind of. Might be a bit annoying, but... I very much enjoy Spread. I think Spread's still alright in this game. It was quite good in 2nd gen, but... might have tapered off a little bit in 3rd, and might be about the same in 4th here. But, oh, I think Seregio starts here. If my 4 ultimate knowledge serves me correctly. Alright. I would like to do... listen, the reason why I'm recording this today is because I don't have a Freedom 1 recording to give you guys at the moment. It's just hard to get a group together for Freedom 1. I can't just, you know, go on and have someone to play with. It's not like that for Freedom 1. It kind of is for 4 Ultimate, but I wanted to do a little bit of Freedom before... Spread really sucks for this area. This specific area, really, really bad for Spread. But yeah, the situation with 4 Ultimate is such that I want to hold off on 4 Ultimate a little bit. Because someone, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Ron Money, specifically requested Freedom 1. So, and I also want to do more Freedom 1 on my channel. So therefore, I will prioritize Freedom 1 over 4 Ultimate. But if I really can't get a Freedom 1 recording out anytime soon, then I will just go for 4 Ultimate. The most annoying thing with spread is having to aim it. If you know anything about going spread bow, the beauty of spread bow is that you can just hip fire it, you know. Or shoot without aiming is what I mean. Get off the fucking thing. Or get out of the way of it, whatever makes you happy. Just hate this fucking location for bow, it really, really isn't good. I mean, if I were going rapid it wouldn't be a big deal, but it's a big fucking deal if I'm going spread, because spread is not the shot type that you want to be aiming every single time you shoot it. Charging up to 3 with focus to get off the max charge, which ends up being level 4 to my understanding. Yeah, because the way focus works is it skips a charge level. What would be level 1 on charge 1 is level 1 with no charge. And then your first charge becomes level 2, that's how it works. So therefore, level 4 charge with focus is in fact charging thrice. That's the way that works. Whoop. Keep away from you. Not really necessary to do tactical retreat there. That particular attack is one really good aspect to going bow with this monster. Because with bow you can get the hell out of the way of that quite easily. That attack really is nasty because you get hit with a very heavy attack in general, and then you also have to deal with bleed. Oh, not a bad flash. This attack here, it's nasty. Look at them both get fucking shat on by that attack. Oh, I'm going past the life powders. As you can see, I'm not well practiced at life powdering. I'm not much of a support player. Well, I'm not much of a team player, maybe we'll say. Oh dear. Can't wait to leave this fucking area. I mean, had I remembered that this area was like this, I wouldn't have gone bow for this quest. Or I would have at least gone rapid bow, you know. Would love to hit you out of midair. Oh no. Shit. Where's my... Oh no, I'm gonna die, my controller is... Shit! I can literally say I died because my controller disconnected. This happens, you know, I'm using a Bluetooth PS4 controller with my Switch. Sometimes it just disconnects. The only way that you can reconnect it is by physically connecting it up to your Switch again. And it's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. What I need to do every time is have that very close at hand so that I can reconnect the controller whenever I need to. Because that shit's fucking annoying. That's really annoying. Alright. I haven't been going for power shots because that's just, you know, a bit more effort. Should be going for power shots now though, especially with... Actually, I haven't been going to the full charge, have I? Let's do that. There's no point wasting a coating with a power shot that's not going to connect any of my arrows. That's really not helpful. I think in the previous recording I was calling it heavy shot instead of power shot, but I hope you know what I mean when I say that. Come on, don't fucking kill him. Fucking Seregios, man. I just can't wait to leave this area. It fucking sucks for spread bow. Really, really sucks. And believe me, I was pained by it just using bow guns in 4 Ultimate. But I didn't really go bow in 4 Ultimate, so Didn't really experience that. Can this fucking Hermitor get out of my face? It's a nuisance. Okay. There we go, managed to connect all of those, I believe. Alright, are you fucking leaving? Thank God for that. I haven't been a huge help in these hunts, have I? I contributed 2 deaths to that Crimson Fatalis, and I died once here. Because my fucking controller is doing what it usually does, I guess. I need to be better prepared, that's all. My controller usually disconnects once every few hours. You know, within, the period of about 3 to 4 hours, it usually disconnects once. At some point during that time, so... It is what it is. But, I mean, usually I can go a full recording without having it disconnect, but it does happen often enough that I really should have a way to reconnect immediately, which again is just having the cable close by. Usually it's trailing on the fucking ground and I need to go and pick it up. I need to climb over my fucking laptop and my boom stand and my tripod and fucking pick it the hell up. It's stupid. It's not a good solution to that problem. Oops. Go and no. No, fuck off. I'm not gonna actually have a legitimate death on top of my bullshit death. That's definitely not happening. Although they're probably not too confident in me. What kind of controller? It's a PlayStation 4 controller. DualShock 4. Oh. Got a trap over there. But yeah, so I have my PlayStation 4 controller connected via Bluetooth to my Switch. So occasionally it will disconnect. Come on. Who has the patience to wait for you? Just go in, dickhead. Look at this. Yeah, Serigius doesn't have many rushing forward attacks, you know, he doesn't move directly forward. Like, that's an example where he does it, but Dirk couldn't really keep in line with the trap there, sadly. Going to the max charge. If I could actually get on target, that would be beautiful. That'd be a delight. Are we going for damage? Ooh. 315 with 14 element. That's pretty bad, isn't it? It's the best I could do with spread thunder, but look how fast he's moving. What the hell? No, you fucking don't. I know you're after me, but I'm not putting up with that. Whoop. No, you fucking don't. Admittedly, this kind of monster that is often in the air... Oh, fuck off. This monster that's often in the air is not great for spread either, to be honest. I can't fucking see anything. My camera perspective changed and I'm like, I can't see shit. That was just a weird thing in the game. Don't know why I did that. This again. I can stop. I hate that attack. It's not as bad as that big swinging mid-air maneuver. But it still sucks. Yeah, some bows in this game really aren't all that good, and this would be an example of one of them. I guess it's because of all the coatings it shoots. It shoots power level 1, oh sorry, power level 2, and both elemental coatings. That's usually how they balance the bows, you know. Shut up. Alright. I don't know how much more of this hunt we're going to be going through. Hopefully not too much more, but I think we will have another 3 minutes or so. Just because, you know, my DPS hasn't been as high as it ideally would be. And, yeah, I just don't feel too great. I mean, you do have to understand that the only two people really doing proper damage here are myself and Thomas. Dirk is almost leeching. Almost leeching. Because he's using the worst element you could possibly use for this monster. And I don't think he has all that much raw damage. I think he's sitting on about 280, 290, something like that. So, yeah. Not amazing. Not amazing. Well, let's go and equip my elemental coatings anyway. Yeah, not feeling great about this hunt, but I guess it's entertaining at the very least. Nothing wrong with an entertaining hunt. But you can have too much of a good thing. I don't want to be in this quest for the next 10 minutes. Well, I won't be. I guess for the next 5 minutes from now is what I was concerned about. I've seen better flashes. That was decent. Guess I can't blame him for the first flash. That was more the erratic behavior of the monster. I should have just tactical retreated through that. See this kind of shit? The way he moves is really not ideal for spread bow in general. That area that I was in previously only exacerbated the situation, but really it's just... spread is not a good choice for this monster. I will admit that I have probably only used a bow on Seregios about 5 times in my life, but maybe even less, to be completely honest, because again, I didn't use bow in 4 Ultimate, so I do now, but I didn't when I was, you know, playing it regularly, so yeah. Which is a bit of a story again. I mean, I'll briefly tell the story. I thought that R to shoot was something that you had to... I thought there was no choice in the matter. I thought that the new way to use bow was R to shoot, so because I was not at all appreciating that, I decided that I would just completely boycott bow, I suppose. And turns out that the entire time I could set my bow controls to the traditional style of bow controls. Which, incidentally, only traditional bow players can appreciate. Anyone who didn't use bow in the older games really, really does think that R to shoot is superior, and it kind of is. It's just, you know, you get to a certain point where the style of shooting that I'm doing here is just a lot more comfortable. Have to tactical retreat this one. Which always looks so cool, you know. It is one of those really cool looking hunter arts. You have to actually climb back up. The funny thing is, I actually do prefer the first generation version of this map. I don't like all the verticality changes. It's fucking annoying. I don't think it's totally unnecessary, but I definitely have a preference, and it's not for this. I don't think Seregios is lasting too much longer, at least I fucking hope not. How are you not limping out? Fuck this. I guess if I wanted maximum damage I shouldn't have gone for bow, but I wasn't going for maximum damage, I was going for maximum fun. Anyway. It is what it is. Whoa. Just got fucking flinched out of my power shot. I mean, how hard? I mean, we're both standing there stationary and you still managed to hit me. What's wrong with you? I'm not gonna, you know, lay into him, but come on. I'm in front of you and you're still shooting at it anyway. Look at these Apsaros. They're trying to identify who they should fuck with first. Arsehole creatures. I can see one of them's on the ground, which is where they belong. They don't belong on the ground, they belong in the ground. be fucking fossils as far as I'm concerned. Whoop. But they are modelled after a species of mammal, I believe, that actually comes after the age of dinosaurs. Whoa, whoa, whoa! But I forgot the name of that particular mammal. It's kind of the precursor to the armadillo. You know how many creatures that exist today in the world haven't changed so much, except for their size. One example would be the armadillo. There used to be a giant armadillo that, you know, looked like that, had a big spiky tail and all that business. Oh, I knew that was going to fucking hit me and interrupt my charge. Just to further impact my DPS negatively, of course. Are you going to fucking limp? Dickhead. Actual arsehole creature. All I can say is if you need something from this monster, I hope you get what you wanted. Because this right here is frustrating. It's annoying. I don't want to sit here in a hunt for this long. Some people do. Some people don't want to hunt unless it takes this long. They really do feel that way. And I can appreciate that, but I'm sort of past that point now. If you want to experience that, just solo the game. Just, you know, use a level appropriate set for high rank guild quests and just do that. By guild quests I mean, you know, online haul. Oh, Basil Juice, yeah, I remember him. Oh, how could I not? Fitting, because he is sort of a counterpart monster to Seregios. But, yeah. Basil, they didn't do him correctly in Base World anyway. Because he appeared in like every fucking quest that you did. And a monster that really should have been a monster to appreciate instead became just a complete nuisance. Complete and utter nuisance. Which was a real shame because I loved his design. I loved that he was basically a carpet bombing monster. He was kind of like a mix of Seregios and Raging Bracky. And yeah, I just liked his design generally, but unfortunately he was completely overused. He appeared in basically every quest, so instead of appreciating his design, you're sitting there being like, well, I don't want to see this guy anymore. Which is the wrong way to do it. If you're being left feeling that way about a monster, then it means they're not doing it right. Capcom not doing it right? I find that difficult to believe. Capcom always do things right. They are the kings of balancing. And that is my 6th Seregios lens. That's an interesting end screen for that quest. That's like right up in Seregios' face. Interesting. Anyway. We're only 1 hour into this recording, shit. Feels like I've been here for an hour and a half. Well. Onward, I guess. This is a Seregios room, I think. Yes, let's move on to another room. It's Real Hunter Hours. What? Live streaming with 4 exclamation marks. Notice how I don't do that? The fact that you're live streaming is totally irrelevant. And I don't know why anyone would join just for that reason. Well, I don't know. It's not the way I do it, I guess. I shouldn't I shouldn't talk down the way other people choose to do things, but... I mean, I could join for fun. No, that's fine. I can certainly live without joining that room. Zawarudo. Dio. I get the point. I get the point. Deviant turns. Celtus Q. Celtus Queen or Nursilla. Yeah, I think there was some kind of drop that could come from both. Although I can't remember what it is. What? I've just been called Dink. My name has just been shortened to Dink. D-I-N-K. That is a new one. What's my favourite monster to hunt? That's really hard to say. What gives me the most enjoyment? Probably Devil Joe. Just traditional old Devil Joe. Not savage, not hyper, just Devil Joe. Especially with the lance. I just enjoy him. Teostra. Could do Teostra. If I've got a space. Which would be a shock if I do. Howdy Dink. Oh, Dink. What a name shortening. You fucking assholes. You've really fucked yourselves, haven't you? You've lost a hunter. I'm here. You're two-manning an Elder Dragon. I mean, I'll give you 1 minute to return from the quest, my friends. 1 minute. And if you still don't want to do it, if you still just want to sit there and two-man, then you can enjoy yourselves. Most people don't do this. They don't even give a team the opportunity to leave. But I'm doing them. Because that's what we did in the old days, you know. And it's sad that it now has to be the old days. It has to be something that time has forgotten. Back in the day when people actually waited for, you know, waiting to see if they want to leave, to come back. You would never leave a quest in progress to come back for a person in this game, because people just leave immediately. If they see that the group is on the quest, they just leave. So, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that here. Teostra is your favourite to hunt? Ugh. I guess he's alright, but certainly not his second generation version. He just runs around, you know. That's really all he does, he just runs around and blows things up around him. That's second gen Teostra and he's a fucking asshole. He's a lot of people's least favourite Elder Dragon. At least in that generation, I should say. I hate this. Why are you being so obsessed with a show that you name yourself and the room after it? Or after things in there. Okay, you've got a nice room name there. Senlin, it's an event quest. What have we got? I don't think the Gore Magala fight is that great, but I do love his design. I do love his design. Shagaru Magala is a better fight. Oh, fuck off. You know the last time I did that quest? 3 people, I think maybe even 4 people died. Before the sorry. I think 4 people died before we even completed the second hunt. Or the second monster. There is a fat cat sitting at that table. And I mean literally a fat cat. Pain and pain? Guys, what are the chances of having 2 rooms called Pain on the same page? Just Pain. It has no relationship with a quest name. I mean, they're doing different quests. One is Bolt Reaver, one is feeling generally crabby. They're both called Pain. Like, what are the chances of that? It's crazy. This is true. Trash. This is true. He gets the pass. What is this weapon? It's basically... all it means is that he hasn't loaded properly. See how he has a question mark there? For his name. He just hasn't loaded properly in the search. Angie DT. Rajang Farm. 4 exclamation marks. Okay, we'll do Rajang. Yeah, it's always great when you're in the middle of a sentence and you just sneeze awkwardly. That's definitely what happened there. Alright, so are we doing regular Rajang or Furious? Regular. But hyper. Oh dear. What pisses me off about regular is that he also gets really strong armor on his arms. I hate that. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like the armor on the arm should only be with Furious, but I believe it's on both. And for me, you've basically made it so that the two monsters are not as different from each other as they should be. That's the way I look at it. And give him a high. Alright. Now, what should I use? I guess, well no, I don't really want to go ranged. I've gone ranged a bit. Well no, actually, I've only, I think I've got an even spread of ranged versus Blade Master in this quest. Or in this recording, I mean. Maybe not, though. Could go Lance. Lance could be interesting. I haven't lanced a Rajang in a very long time. Wonder when I last did that. That's a strange thought. Yeah, turn the bell on. That's, in fact, you're technically not even subscribed unless you press that bell, because you'll never receive notifications of my live streams. But yeah, I'm glad you appreciate my videos, I guess. Now, I need some more max potions, so... How do I make those again? I believe Mega Nutrients and Dragon Toadstool. Yeah. Well, we'll just use all of our Mega Nutrients for that. That's 30 max potions. We don't need any more right now, but we will in the future, so we take care of it now so that we don't have to take care of it in the future. Makes sense, right? I would say so. Haven't seen the Atalcar Insect Glaive in a little while. Are you telling me that this guy is going to go Adrenaline? This guy is not going to go Adrenaline, is he? Of course, this particular skill, Wrath Awoken, is unique to Crimson Fatalis. It was called Emboldened in 2nd generation. I don't know what it was called in 1st gen. Probably Emboldened. This is assuming it even existed. I don't know if Adrenaline existed. I think Heroics existed in 1st gen, but I don't think Adrenaline did. And if it did exist, then it would have been unique to the Crimson Fatalis skill. I just haven't confirmed in 1st gen whether or not Crimson Fatalis had an Adrenaline skill. But I can say at the very least that in 2nd gen it was called Emboldened. Of course, Crimson Fatalis was a monster introduced in Mod Standard G. He was a G variant. He therefore also appeared in Freedom 1. And White Fatalis first appeared in Freedom 2. I don't think White Fatalis appeared in Mod Standard 2. Quite sure he did not. Ew. Why would you willingly fight 2000 Nergigante? I don't even... well, I guess he's alright as an Elder Dragon, but I didn't find him to be that amazing. He didn't feel like Elder Dragon material to me. He felt like a... he was a worthy flagship, I think, but he didn't feel like an Elder Dragon. Even now, just thinking of him being an Elder Dragon is just weird. He doesn't look like one. He's not epic enough as a design. At least in my opinion. Not a bad fight, certainly not, but doesn't strike me as an Elder Dragon. Alright. I should have Striker on this as well. I'm quite sure that I registered my Lance set to have Striker. Here we go. Mr. Adrenaline. We're going to see if he actually goes Adrenaline. It would be a huge waste to use the Crimson Fatalis armor set and not go Adrenaline. I mean, I've said many times in the past that one thing you... Have I forgotten to eat again? What is my fucking problem? I'm actually wasting my max potions at this point. It's fucking annoying. Ugh. I've only got one cool drink. What is this? Fucking hell, man. Okay, what are we hunting? Oh. Well. Yeah, that's right, Raja. So, I was saying before that Adrenaline is something that you never see in Monster Hunter. At least not these days. And particularly these days. You did see it back in 3rd gen and 2nd gen, but not here. Definitely not here. Heroics and Adrenaline play is dead. But you never know, this guy might actually do it. What's my first and favourite Monster Hunter? My first Monster Hunter game was Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I'm a 2nd gen hunter. My favourite Monster Hunter is 3 Ultimate, because my favourite generation of Monster Hunter is 3rd, and 3 Ultimate is my favourite of the 3rd generation games. It has the most content, it's the only G rank one, and it's really fun to play. So therefore 3 Ultimate is my favourite Monster Hunter game. Oh, we're getting 2 attacks here. 3? Fucking suck a dick. Oh, feels so good to have. Striker Lance on the go. Just shielding the Tremor there. Tremor is one of the big issues with Rajan. Oh, wow. I did shield advance and got into red stamina. What's going on today? Why am I dying so much? This is pathetic. What is this, the 4th death of this recording? 4? 4 fucking deaths, what the fuck? With Lance as well. 2 max potions in 1 quest. I mean, I'm actually getting pissed off. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, playing the original Monster Hunter isn't really a requirement. You can if you'd like. 1st gen is decent. But only if you are willing to take the time to really desensitize yourself to everything wrong with it, okay? It's not a clean Monster Hunter game. It's it's flawed. It has flaws, and the flaws will bother you unless you really take the time to desensitize yourself to everything that's wrong. So, but yeah, I would say that 2nd gen is a very important thing to experience, but not 1st generation. If you haven't experienced 1st, but you have experienced 2nd, then as far as I'm concerned, you've experienced old Monster Hunter. Just because 1st and 2nd are similar enough to each other that if you've played 2nd, then you've practically played 1st. You've played a less broken version of 1st. Are you kidding me? What is with... Okay, don't go Lance on Rajang, because apparently you can't guard shit. Because he hits on stupid angles. Anyway. I can't believe the... I mean, what killed me before was shield advancing into red stamina. getting hit and then I got comboed real hard. That's what fucking killed me before. Which was comical but fucking annoying in the sense that that was my 4th death of this recording. What are you pinging for? Are you having a laugh? If you're gonna trap, just trap. You have to do it early. You either trap early, or you wait for exhaustion. And because this is a hyper, you're not gonna get exhaustion, so just trap. Unless he was waiting for me to come back, at which point he decided to wait almost 1 minute. Yeah, I don't feel like I can fight this guy properly with Lance. I've actually come to realize that I almost never use Lance on this monster. I would read your story, A-Gaming, but I'm trying not to die again. Because I've realised that going oh dear. Was that a double kill? Who else died? Oh, what a fucking shame. This has not been a smooth recording. Like, we have not performed well. I have not performed well. And the teams have not performed well. It's not been a good situation. Anyway. Well, your parents definitely made the right decision getting you the original Monster Hunter, because starting with the original Monster Hunter game is really good. It basically gives you all the tools you need to hunt well. That's the way it is. And you know, some people just couldn't handle the change of controls. They started with analog stick controls, you know, using right analog stick to attack, and using the claw to fucking change the camera. And they just couldn't change the way they played, and they, you know, the 3rd gen games came out and they're like, is there a way to change to traditional controls? I can't stand this. Which is a funny thought. Well, I'm not doing that again. Just because you know, I've already fought the Rajang, I'm done. Let's move on to something else. S rank. So you're looking for S rank arena. Okay, well, not from me. Old fatty. Contrary scale. Yeah, let's do it. Of course, contrary scale is the rare item for Chaotic Gore Magana. I have a lot of them. I think it was with contrary scales I got something like 4 or 5 of them within 2 or 3 quests. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, let's see how many I have on hand at the moment. Gore Magala. Here we go. Contrary scale 5. That's after using, I think, 1 or 2 for armor pieces. The Cry of Chaos. Alright, well, I'm trying to go in here and I'm instead looking at you. Yeah, the original Monster Hunter is definitely a bit rough. The hardest of all the Monster Hunter games, however, is Monster Hunter G. That is definitely the hardest. That is not for the faint of heart. And I plan to play it at some point in the future, but I'd like to fully flesh out a character in Freedom 1 before doing that. Let's go Chargeblade, shall we? Is he weakest to fire? I think he is. I believe he is. I can get to Critical Eye +3 with this card. Sorry, +2. No, I can't. That's alright. I'm just gonna make sure that, well, no. I can check my monster list. Oh. In certain cases, he's slightly weaker to dragon, but I'll go with fire. Fire seems to do the most damage across all parts of the body. But if one were to choose dragon, that would be perfectly fine as well. I'll just sit on the... Thank you. I don't want to forget to eat again. In fact, my forgetfulness when it comes to eating, which is bizarre. I mean, how am I repeatedly forgetting to eat? I don't know. But that's probably the main reason why I've been playing so poorly, because I'm not getting any food skills. Defender high, I guess. World was easier in base world, but then they turned up the difficulty a little bit as time passed. No doubt because the traditional hunters were complaining. But, and then of course the people who didn't play traditionally started really complaining when it got harder. But, you know, it's harder in some respects, easier in others. It's basically wipe my ass, the Monster Hunter game. Everything is very clean and streamlined, and it's not for Monster Hunter players. It's for gamers, right? It's for action gamers, people who need an entry point into the series. Rise is going to be a little bit like that, just a little bit less like that than World. It is what it is, you know. It has to progress in that direction eventually, and that's the way it's happened. World is just the departure from the niche into the mainstream environment. The base world is definitely superior to Iceborne. Iceborne is a fucking mess. It is a hot mess of complete and utter shit. And, you know, everyone who's played it and doesn't realize that needs a serious reality check, but mainly because of Clutchclaw. Clutchclaw in particular is just is one of the greatest mistakes Capcom has ever made. Basically having a gimmick completely dominate the way that you hunt monsters. It's never a good thing. But that's Capcom for you. They think they need to, you know, further innovate. There is a little thing called, if it's not broken, don't fix it, and that's not always the right approach when it comes to making new games, but it basically means that you don't want to over-innovate. If you over-innovate, you lose what makes something special. And when you have Clutchclaw dominating combat, you lose what's special about Monster Hunter combat. And the people who don't care about that are the people who are so, I guess, mentally disconnected from the gameplay experience that they don't really care either way. You know, they wouldn't notice what makes it different, they wouldn't notice that it's worse, they wouldn't notice anything. They're just like, I'm hunting, I kill monster, that sort of thing. But, I mean, I'm sure some people, it's true that some people do, you know, put thought into their opinions and come to very different conclusions than others, such as myself. You know, different conclusions to people like me is what I mean to say. And they can actually back up their opinions. But I would say the vast majority of people who like Clutchclaw are just ignorant. Just totally fucking ignorant. And I would say that it's basically impossible to like Iceborne and dislike Clutchclaw. Because it is, again, such a major part of that gameplay experience. I haven't experienced it personally. I can only go based on what I've heard. I've only played base world, but I do trust everything that I've heard from people. I haven't heard opinions so much as I have heard reporting of what the gimmick is like and how integral it is to gameplay. Purely based on that, I can come to my own decisions. And if people aren't happy with that, if that's, you know, insufficient for some people, then it has to be that way. But yeah, I'd like to get that head a little bit. This monster is from 4 Ultimate. Trash. I don't really want to refer to you as unoriginal trash. It's a bit of a demeaning name, but I guess I can call you that, if you would insist. But yeah, this monster is a 4 Ultimate monster. There are 3. I believe this was a G-Rank exclusive monster in 4 Ultimate. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was G-Rank only. But he he had the weapons that changed from positive or from negative to positive affinity depending on whether or not you were affected by the frenzy virus. If you were affected by the frenzy virus, you would be able to get positive affinity. It was the weapons that had affinity with like a stroke to suggest that you could either be negative or positive. So they were usually a fusion of the Magala and Gaul weapons. The Shaguru and Gaul weapons. The Magala and the Gaul weapons, what the fuck. But yeah. I suppose, story-wise, he is becoming Shaguru Magala. He's part of the, he's in the middle of the evolutionary stage. Well, he might have been in 4, it's possible. He wouldn't have been if he is G-rank exclusive, but he might be high rank. He might be a high rank monster, I just can't remember, unfortunately. But if he's from the original Monster Hunter 4, then he would be a high rank monster, as well as G rank. I really should be using my axe mode. Don't know why I'm not. A bit too focused on this conversation, no doubt. Wow. OG Sugar Free is a fucking loser. Well, no, he might need to go, you know, he might need to do something else. I'm not going to assume the worst of him, but yeah, he said, I'm abandoning the quest, and then he turned off his Switch, so I don't know if that's a rage quit or if that's just him needing to do something else. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Looks like we've got a broken horn. Just get away from that. But yeah, that explosion attack is certainly reminiscent of Shaguru. My play today has just not been great, I have to tell you. Don't know why. I really need to get my AED off. Come on, no! I'm not going to hurt myself for an AED, although I was just healed. Let's just go for it. Tremor, whatever. It's not going to work. I'm not going to get it out. Am I? No. Okay, whatever. Fuck you too, you prick. It's alright. AED isn't that great in this game, for reasons that I've explained. Alright. Let's go get our files up. Tempted to assist in the mount just to get my files, so let's do that. If I can get my red shield, well, I don't think I'll be able to. Let's go for that phase. Try and get some hits on that face again. Don't know if I got both of those hits on the double swing. Might try to cut the tail. No, I probably won't. I probably don't have the willingness to commit to that. Please sharpen. Come on. Very good. If you're going to purple, then it's best to sharpen up at blue. And if you're starting at white, then you sharpen at green. That's what I do anyway. Ooh. That's a bit bright, isn't it? Got a bright light shining in my room. It's the sun. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a rather bothersome celestial presence. Well, bothersome for my recordings. Not bothersome in the sense that it is the giver of life, isn't it? In it. I'm getting sick of having all of my AEDs fucking interrupted by your dumbass. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Fuck you too. You prick. Hermie fainted. We've got 1 death left. If we do fail, I'm gonna go and blame the guy who rage quit. I'm sorry, says Hermie, that's alright. I certainly can't take issue with any deaths, not given my recent performance anyway. That light shining on my fucking face right now is a fucking annoyance. But I'm not going to be distracted by it, I'm kind of at risk right now. What are you doing? Just go! Fucking hell. I will be at risk of death if you don't just drop off the fucking... I mean, I guess you don't auto-drop off the edge, but... It's so fucking bright, isn't it? Sorry that I look like a pale ghost. Can't really control it. Well... How did I miss all of that? What? Guess my perspective is a bit fucked. Well, my perspective is definitely fucked, but... To that degree, I really wasn't expecting that. Okay. Don't know why I thought A was the button I was supposed to fucking press for that. Just go up. Go, go, go. Just fight him up here. It doesn't matter where we fight him, just fucking fight him somewhere. For the love of God. Kill him before he kills someone else in our team. On our team. Oh my fucking God. It's like he's running away. That's what it feels like. Yeah, Dink the friendly ghost. How? No, you fucking don't. Oh my God. Not in a good situation right now. He's leaving. Well, I can't really do anything about this, can I? As you can identify, it's a little bit brighter now than it was previously. Yeah. He's gone to Area 3, level 3. Area 3. I guess I'll just... I can't really do much about this other than just turning off my room. You fucking shithead! Just gonna turn off my room light. And outside of that, I really can't do anything. Alrighty. Now. Oh, there's a tail there. I'm not gonna focus on that too much. I might go and carve it later. Guys, this has officially been the... In terms of performance, in terms of, you know, quests being completed, this has been by far the worst recording I've ever done for Monster Hunter. The worst. Every quest I touch seems to be a failed quest. I mean, 3 failed quests so far. I believe. Might even be 4, I mean... No, we did succeed with that Serigio, so... I think we've had 2 succeeded quests, 2 completed quests, and then 3 failed ones. So I think we had Raging Bracky, Seregios, as our quests that we managed to complete without failing. And then the lighting is just trying to turn this into an even bigger train wreck. And then after that, we have 3 failed quests, which I believe to be Crimson Fatalis, Rajang, and Chaotic Gormagala. Anyway, I've got the next one. Yeah, I suppose I'm good for one more. Oh, the sun is really giving me the shits now. I will do one more hunt. One more should do it. Chill turns. Yeah, sure. But yeah, this has been a rough recording. Don't know why I'm getting so many quest fails. I mean, you guys know I often do recordings and don't die at all, and you know, occasionally I'll just get a quest failed on account of someone else's play. But this has been a bit rough, this recording. I don't really want to do this quest. Gold and silver? I guess I could. Fatalis Switch Axe. Haven't seen that since 4 Ultimate. I've never seen anyone use the Fatalis Switch Axe in this game, now that I think about it. It's a very rare sight. What should I use? Well, I would go with Thunder Element. What should I use? We could go Gun Lance. Why not? In fact, I could use this. I could just, you know, use a blast weapon. Why not? Zvolta Annihilator. Alright, and I'm guessing Nico is using a Pierce gun, yes. Let's rank 999 using Pierce, because, I don't know, he only wants to deal the maximum amount of damage and doesn't really care about doing something creative or fun, I suppose. What can you say? I only comment on that because, again, at Hunt rank 999, you'd think you'd need a little bit more variety in your questing to remain entertained, but some people really don't. Some people really don't. Okay. We've got David here with not the best set I've ever seen. Unupgraded gold blades. Oh my god. Well, I guess he's joining a turns room so that he can post Adalkar? I don't know. I'd be focused on Adalkar if I were him right now, trying to upgrade those weapons. Or, you know, moving on to a different armor set. I've got no idea. But I certainly wouldn't be joining this room. I'd be, you know, finding an Adalkar room. There are plenty of those around. I mean, it's almost not even worth it to fix my lighting then. Because usually what I would do if I'm getting extremely bright light coming in, I'll cover it. But this is my last hunt, so I probably won't bother. Probably won't bother. Yeah, I won't bother. If it persists, I will at least turn off my room light. Oh my god. Superstitious Granny. I do like the design of this weapon. I do love the Brachydios weapon designs. They were almost ruined for me by Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate because everyone was using Brachydios weapons in that game, so even if you have a really nice weapon design, if you see it in every room that you join, it gets boring to look at. And it's just one of those things, but I do appreciate this weapon design at the very least. Because not everyone really used the Brachydios Gunlance in 3 Ultimate. Gunlance wasn't really commonly used in that game. Everyone used dual blades and... what else? Dual blades and longsword, I guess. So again, we are fighting 2 of the Metal Wrath monsters. Non-hyper, fortunately. I wouldn't want to be fighting the double hyper quest. Oh, shit. Forgot to bring dung bombs, which I usually do forget to bring, but you know. Hopefully someone didn't forget to bring them. Because otherwise it's going to become a very annoying quest very quickly. Nico has the message, Healies for my feelies. Oh, that's a good example of the environment shitting on you. He was totally off target with me, but the environment pushed him right on me, so that was pretty bad. Alright, time to heal. Look at that fucking combo here. If I hadn't shielded that, that would have hit me. That would have been a very nasty combo, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's the way to do it, eh, gaming? That's good fun. That's very telling of a first-gen hunter as well. Two failed flash bombs there. Not very much a fan of Rathalos monsters in general because they're always in the fucking air. Got Blast Dash apparently. Oh, there we go. Go for the wings for maximum damage. Heavy shot. Okay, getting to the point now where I want to be shooting my Wyvern Fire. Here we go, here's an opportunity and a half. Aim for the head so that we can break it. Because while the head is not a weak point, it is important to break for things like mantles. Much better chance to get the mantle of the respective monster's head that you've broken. Stay away from me, Raytheon. Get that wing. Whatever wing is on the ground is the wing that I will attack. I'm not really looking to break the wings. I can live without breaking. Oh, fuck off. So things like raw flinches are really going to fuck you up when both of them are here. I literally pressed the heal button. What do you want from me? Oh shit. I can do Blast Dash in a moment. I do enjoy Blast Dash. I think it's pretty fun. Just feels a little less accurate as compared to... You've got to be kidding me. He can shoot it down on that angle? That's just insane. That's fucking stupid. Risky. Yes, got the full combo out. But I'll fucking tell you what, like... Did you see the angle that he shot that down at? That was almost directly below him. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. You want to know what's a whole lot more ridiculous? Overcast lighting conditions turning into this. Well, it is what it is. It's my eternal frustration, I'll tell you what. Because my window faces the east. Why is he dung bombed? Yeah, my window faces the east and I record in the mornings, which means the lighting conditions change as the sun goes higher into the sky. Sucks, doesn't it? You stop shooting so far down. Where are my teammates? What are you guys doing? Don't waste your time with Gold Raytheon, please. Alright. This should be a good time for Dragon Blast. I do have Dragon Blast 3, fortunately. That is good. I am enjoying this gun lance. I don't know if how many blast attacks I've gotten off. Probably not too many. Speaking of blast, might blast dash my way in. Actually, I won't because that's dangerous. I've got our friend, fucking Gold Raytheon. It's the ultimate power move to use a dung bomb when only one monster is present. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Ugh. Trying to shoot him out of the air. It's blast dashing. I'm sick of seeing it charged. Lost my opportunity for the heavy shot, but... What I hate is he moves forward and it looks like I'm in between his legs where I'm not going to get hit, but I still get hit anyway. It's because the hitbox is a bit... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to reload. I didn't want to advance forward. Sorry for barely touching the fucking analog stick to move me forward. What a fucking annoyance. Well, hopefully we can fucking kill this asshole soon. I mean, you'd think he'd be dead by now. Tempted to drop a trap here, but I won't. I'm just hoping he's gonna die momentarily. Well, sorry, David, you sort of progressed into my attack area as you were attacking yourself. You mean, this particular Gunlance model, or do you mean the way Gunlance plays? I've got no idea if it's better in this game versus World. Yes, this is true. First generation Plesioth is an excellent hitbox, really. It was about the same in first and second. David is in the shit. Come on! Fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell! I scrolled in the wrong fucking direction. I was much closer to life powders. If I were to scroll to the left and I scrolled to the right instead, and I'm scrolling through a billion fucking things, so annoying. I'm in this habit of always scrolling to the right when I'm going through my items. I don't always do it, but sometimes I do, and that's an example of a situation where you don't want to be fucking doing it. Ow. Fucking hell, I knew I needed to life powder him, and I just took too fucking long. At least we're locked into the red here. Stop running around, you gold bitch. I mean, even Capcom decided to call the quest Gold Digger. It's quite funny. Gonna blast dash in. What? Can barely see what's going on. Don't you flinch me. Look at that. I almost ran out of stamina because of that. Oh, that's a pretty good knockdown. I'm happy with that. Alright. Just gonna try to reload, but I'm gonna heal first. And that takes precedence over reloading my bloody Gunlance. This is why I need to reload it, so that I can have my heavy shot when I need it. Can I get it off? Oh, baby. Live and fire? Yeah. Oh, David comes straight back in after being killed by that fucking attack. Takes the hit immediately, like he didn't even touch the monster, and he gets hit by a tail flip again. Fucking hell. I don't know if I should laugh or feel sorry for him. Maybe both. Maybe both. It's a really large attack. At least I got the blast off. The blast part of the dash. I didn't get the dash, but I got the blast. Well, technically how it works is you're dashing by firing your Gunlance. That's why it's called blast dash. It's not because of the blast that you can do after the dash. But anyway, let's do Dragon Blast. It's very good damage. Very good damage. I couldn't really do anything there, I was stuck. Got 2 of these here. I was hoping it wasn't like Mellings or something. Or felines. Looks like 2 regular shinies. In other words, a chance for a mantle. Which is why you always gather at those shinies. I'm very pleased that the sun has decided to behave itself again. Just goes to show that if I were to, you know, cover my window for those lighting conditions, I'm sorry, Neko, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I've made life a little hard for you, haven't I? Sorry. It's Gunlance, what can I say? What can I say? I did wait. I actually decided to not do my heavy shot so that I didn't fuck up David there. Which I should have done anyway, because he's not really doing that much damage, honestly. I mean, he's not doing nothing, but he's definitely not one of the more damaging teammates here. Again, missed the dash, but got the blast off, I think. Oh, we might be able to kill her. Let's do it, come on. I think we can do it. Yep, there we go. Nicely done. I think we got one death. Yeah. It was our friend David. The guy who keeps getting tail flipped, unfortunately for him. Well, I would say that that was overall probably not the most successful recording. This has been the least successful recording I've ever done for Monster Hunter, in the sense that I've failed so many quests. Some of them because of the team, most of them because I suck. Well, it's not that I suck, it's just, you know, having an off day, I guess. Anyway. That will be my last hunt for this recording. Ended on a high note, you know. Which is important. Even if you've been failing most of the recording. If you end on a high note, it means something. Let's see if we get a mantle out of that. Probably not. But I'd say it'd be better to... If you really wanted a mantle, you'd probably be better off doing this quest than doing a hyper single monster for Gold Raytheon or Silver Rathlos. But if you do need hyper materials, then it is what it is, isn't it? Okay. Didn't get shit, but that's alright. I don't really need anything. Anyway, next time you see Monster Hunter stuff on my channel should be through Doomlink's random hunts, in other words, not live. It will be either Monster Hunter Freedom 1 or Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I don't know what it will end up being. Ideally Freedom 1, but if I really can't get a Freedom 1 group together, then I will record 4 Ultimate. But in the meantime, I do thank you all for watching. I need all the condolences I can get for this rather painful recording. But yeah, I will see you guys next time I'm recording Monster Hunter. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, I'll either see you in the next Monster Hunter recording or in the next recording of mine that will showcase a game that you actually want to watch. So,